We are live. We are live. There we go.
Hi, everyone.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Another episode of Ricky and My Friends. Today, obviously, we ain't got FabBlondies Bricks today, unfortunately. She's got a headache. I know, bless her, she actually suffers from ongoing issues with headache, so we wish her all the best. However, we still carry on. Obviously, today it's just going to be myself and TJ. Good to see you, TJ, today. And yeah, how's your week been?
Week has been all right. Had some interesting stuff. Very interesting Ninjago week, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We had season 1 part 1 or season 3 part 1 of Ninjago Dragons Rising show up. That was officially released last week.
Yeah.
But then we had 8 out of the 10 episodes of season 3 part 2 leaked. So it's been a crazy week.
Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love leaks. I just think, I just can't wait for the next set to be revealed. And I'm not just like, let's just see the actual image. I even get a little bit of a buzz when you find out the set numbers first. Set numbers, particularly the set names. I think I get more excited about set names than I do about the images, just because it's just nice knowing that something is going to come out rather than what it's going to look like. And let's say that most of the time we know we're going to like it regardless of how it looks.
Yeah, and there's so much speculation you can do with just a set name. Once you get the image, you're kind of locked in to one particular thing. But when it's just the name, you can think, like, what could this be? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. But how's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. I have to. I've had today's the day where I've had the last day of half-term holiday, so I go back to work tomorrow. So for the past couple of weeks, it's been great. This week, it's been really good, really chill, to be honest. Made the most of the past couple of weeks just to relax and just chill and so on. But yeah, this week's been fantastic. And I know you've had a good week, Ninjago. From a Harry Potter point of view, we got our biggest set in June leaked this week, which is fantastic. And yeah, I haven't been doing much building this week. The last set I did build is Ninjago City Gardens. So
very
that
nice.
was absolutely amazing build. And I think when I'm confident to say this, when you basically amalgamate all the modulars that have come out over the years, like from Lego Idea, the Botanical, the Ninjago, and the traditional modular building line, this is probably my favorite modular, and I think it's one of the best.
Yeah, it's amazing. Ninjago City Guards, I got it right here. It's awesome. Yeah, I think the only complaint I have about it is that there's no way for Figs to go from the upper level to the lower level.
Yes.
There's no point of access. But other than that, it's a top tier set.
It's just full of detail, and sometimes when you've got so much detail, I kind of find, for me, it really overstimulates my mind to a point where I don't really think I can see everything. There's just so much going on. But I did come across the fact that minifigures can't get from one level to the other. But correct me if I'm wrong, because obviously Ninjago considerably a lot more. Doesn't one of the modulars help with that? Is it markets that can help with it?
So I think markets, city, and docks will all have upper level to lower level ways to travel. City has the elevator. Docks just has stairs on either side, or stairs on one side, ladder on another to get down to the lower level. And then markets back here has the little cable car thing.
That's right.
And then I think workshops has like a little climbing point of access, but no real stairs. So that one's just gonna be on its own. But that one's really meant to pair with markets, I think. So you get your upper to lower level access point through that.
Yeah. I'd be interested to hear your opinions maybe later on in this stream about why have you selected to connect the Ninjago modulars the way you have? Because I know there's so many possibilities, isn't there? to connect. We can definitely talk about that. Oh, and we've had Martin join us. Hey, Martin, how you doing? Hey,
Martin.
You're recovering from your, what was it? Oh, just shy of 11-hour stream yesterday with Nicole. You know, that must have been tough. Not just because it's with Nicole, but also the length of the stream. But you know, but you built the Shire from start to finish, which was good to see. And you also built the GWP beforehand. I caught glimpses of it this morning on the replay gang, and it looks like you had a really good time building with Nicole. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying your set. Saw Nicole's review earlier on Instagram, and yeah, just she had a really good review of it, an honest review. There you go. Knock down the sound a little bit. How about this? Is that a bit better? TJ, is that better?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit, maybe a little bit more.
Say again, mate, sorry.
Just a little more.
Maybe. A little more. How about that?
I think that's a little better. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Martin says, yeah, the Shire is great. Yeah, absolutely. I've heard so many different opinions about the Shire. I think it's a bit of mixed bag sort of set. I know we've been hearing about the price, which Nicole, who's also with us here today, right, Nicole? How you doing?
Hey, Nicole.
Hope you enjoyed your stream yesterday with Martin. Of course you did. Who does not like to build with Martin? And we was just talking, Nicole, about your review on Instagram of the Shire. Very objectively honest. You disagreed with the price, which is, I would agree, it's very expensive. But yeah, what do you think of the Shire, TJ? Is Lord of the Rings something that you dabble in?
It is not. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings yet, and I say yet because I plan to. So I've got a Netflix subscription currently, and I'm using that to watch Ninjago. I need to do a rewatch of Ninjago actually, and I watched Arcane as well, which is really good. I finished that. But once that's ended, I'm gonna watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. You just need to commit about 3 weeks of your life, because you're going to be watching the extended version.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to start with that.
Yeah, you got to. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a hardcore Lord of the Rings fan. I love Lord of the Rings, seen it many times, but I can't remember, like the GWP, Schmeagol and Deagle, whether that was part of the extended edition. Was that part of the original film? I can't quite remember. Maybe Martin can let us know. Yeah, I think it's a really good set, you know. But I think what doesn't help the Shire is the fact that it's come off back of Rivendell, Barad-dûr, particularly Rivendell. I mean, Rivendell really set the bar high, and then Barad-dûr did, and then the Shire. If they perhaps started with the Shire, maybe, and then went the other way, maybe people will have a different perspective of the Shire. But some really bizarre criticisms I've heard about the Shire, saying that I've heard not just about the price. I mean, the price you can work around. I mean, if you've got the GWP, that helps. And then obviously you get your points, your insiders points. But I've actually been hearing that it's been, like, people saying it's too green. Too green, and I know about the interior not being that good of a look. But I think it's fine. Obviously, the tree as well. They've been saying that's a bit spiky looking. It's not quite like how it is in the film. But I think it's a decent build. And whatever. My biggest criticism of it is that I don't like Lego sets that have too many side builds. I like everything to be together. I like all the bricks to be connected, and that almost sort of mirrors what you were saying yesterday, which I perfectly agree with, TJ, when you're talking about Django and young Boba Fett. There's no stand, so they're sort of like isolated from the set. Yeah. Oh, an extended version only. Shiny green, that's shocking. I know, just Google images of it. It's a very green place, very green place. You know, maybe they could have added different variations of green just to improve the texture of it. I don't know, but I've got absolutely no issues with it, with the color of it, and it looks good. I mean, they did it with Barad-dûr, didn't they? I mean, it's not all completely black. There's some also like, was it dark bluish grey bricks that sort of goes around the building?
I think so. Let me look at it.
I mean, an add-on. Yeah. Will you modify it, Martin?
There's some other colors integrated in. It's not completely black, just mostly.
Yeah, because that's what was the set that was completely back. The Tower of Orthanc, isn't it? That's the one that's pretty much, what, 95% black?
Yeah. Looking at that
right.
one. Yeah, that's just basically an all-black tower.
Yeah, they should. They might
hints of grey, but
yeah. Well, look at that set though. It does look like it's from its time. I think maybe Lego will remake that set at some point.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they continue on with Lord of the Rings. We of course have the Book Nook set, or whatever it's going to be, rumored for June. And I'm curious to see where they'll go with the theme beyond that.
Yeah, that's right. It seems like a bit of a sub-theme at the moment with Lego. And we've seen the Harry Potter's Book Nook, and we've seen Sherlock Holmes. And I think the Sherlock Holmes one looks very, very good. It looks very good. And I wouldn't be surprised if people are going to buy multiples of that to modularize the Book Nook into a fully fleshed building. And so, yeah, it'd be interesting to see the Lord of the Rings one. I think that's the most intriguing one. I know perhaps in our heads we sort of managed to figure out exactly what the Sherlock Holmes book was going to look like, but the Lord of the Rings one, I have no idea where they're going to go with it, because it's such a interesting scene where Gandalf is competing against the Balrog at the Bridge of Chasm Drum, I want to say. Bridge of Chasm Drum. So it'd be really interesting to see where they go with that. And there we are. There's Fab in the chat. Yes, hit the like button if you can. That would be fantastic. Right. So, I forgot to ask, TJ, what are you building tonight?
It's going to be a mix of things. So I've got my mock to work on. I've made some progress. I made a little progress on London Calling, and on some other. I don't even remember where I was the last time I was here, but I have a landing pad back there.
Yeah.
Which I can't really get to. Can't show it off super well just because the camera doesn't go that far.
Yeah.
But then I did this most recently, which is a little. Not these things are just here randomly, but this is a little speeder parking bay and charging area. So they all meet up here and park here to charge with these battery packs.
Cool like this.
So I just worked that into this support column that I needed. So
Nice.
It's a little thing that I added in there. So yeah, I've got that to work on. I also have Friday night I went on some clearance hunting adventures, and I found some stuff.
Oh, brilliant! Do show.
Good old Meyer bag. So I found these at 30% off.
Nice.
And I bought 4 copies of them. And the reason why is to army build that fig. That Dragonian fig. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build them up, pull the Dragonian parts that I want out, and then sell my duplicate sets, the spinner and the fig, the sword fig, to Bricks and Minicooks.
Oh, nice.
For traded value.
Yeah, that Dragonian figure, I've got that, but it's not got the helmet your version's wearing.
Yeah, there's 2 versions of it. The other $10 spinner, the one for Kai, that has the scout. So there's 3 more of Sora and 3 of Kai in this bag, but this bag is not for me. I bought this for someone else who wanted them.
Cool.
So the Kai one here has Dragonian Scout right there.
Yeah, that's the exact same one.
Yeah. But in the show, in their warrior form, they only appear in this form with the wings on the back, that little wing thing on the back. So that's the form I'm going to arm build. So yeah, I've got those built. And then also on my bricks and mini for my adventures as well, I found 2 more of these for 50 cents.
Yeah, that's the poly bag that you told me is compatible with the arena set. I think it's the arena set that then goes on to connect with City Temple, I believe.
Yeah, it can connect in there somewhere, and it can also connect to the tournament battle arena, which is down here.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And so you can make like in fact, still have all my polybag built because I already have 12 of these. You can make a very long bridge, very long little display.
Look at that.
Yeah. So yeah, a little flexible, but yeah, it's just technic pins on one side, technicals on the other.
You can just keep going on and on and on.
I need to part these out eventually, but I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm doing this in backwards order. So those spinners are the last thing I bought that day. I also bought, so I got 2 of the Ninjago polybags. I got 2 steampunk CMFs.
Nice.
And then I got a couple things from Bricks and Minifigs Algonquin, which is one of the locations in the Chicago area. I picked up this Woo Fig, and it's because I have one already, but the gold printing on them, let me see if I can show them off a little better. If I can open this bag. But the gold printing on my copy is starting to fade a little. It was a problem with those 2011 figs. Any sort of metallic printing would start to fade.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how well it's going to show up. There he is. You can kind of see the gold there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to get a new one just to have that. And then while I was there, they had someone trade in a few things. One of the things was this. Is this Lord Garmadon light keychain? So he's got lights in the feet. I haven't replaced the batteries yet.
I had a Stormtrooper of that before.
Yeah, I've got a Legacy J version of it, and it's somewhere on my shelves. But I saw the Garmadon. He was $5, so I said, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
And then one other thing I talked about with I decided it with when I streamed with Greg, London Bridge Bricks, and the Lady McBrick the other weekend. They enabled me, and I've decided I'm going to part together Ninjago City and Ninjago City Docks. So I bought my first parts for that. It's this, these 2 pieces that make up a globe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw it there. It looked in good quality, so I decided to get it, and that's the first of many parts that I will need.
It's going to take some time, isn't it? Is it going to work out cheaper to part it all out?
I think so. In the long term, it'll be cheaper. I mean, I'll find out one way or another, and it also depends on how many parts I have in my collection.
Yeah.
What I've done recently, I was actually doing this both last weekend and last night. I first made a Bricklink wanted list of all the rare parts, and I used Rebrickable to find out what was rare in that set. Although it's not perfect, but it's at least a start.
Yeah.
So absolutely. I made a list there, and then last night I browsed through the inventory again and added parts that I know I don't have.
Yeah.
So anything that's more special that isn't in my collection, because I'm planning to order one of the pieces pretty soon because it's a bit rare here in the US.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to kind of get started with that.
Yeah.
And then once Brickworld Chicago is over, once all that's wrapped up and I don't have any mock projects to worry about, I'm then going to go full on into it. So besides buying sets, that's what I'll be doing, is hunting down pieces.
Excellent. That's good. Yeah. You let me how you get on, because that might be something that I might consider doing, because over the past couple of weeks and obviously with recent streams by Greg and Nicole and everybody, it's only fueled my desire to own those two Ninjago sets as well. The prices are out of this world, absolutely mad. Martin says that I will see how I fits with display. Okay, yes. So Martin bought the Wicked Brick display case, limited edition, I assume, Martin, for the Shire, which is fantastic. Those cases are they're like tier 1 Wicked Brick cases. They are absolutely amazing, and my wife kind of knows I bought a Wicked Brick case for her set. I bought it for her birthday, limited edition, which was Beauty and the Beast, which it does look really, really cool. But we have to wait a while, don't we, Mum? We have to wait 6 weeks for it, which is a bit of a wait, but something to look forward to. A few more filled out, but yeah, absolutely. And that's the beauty of Lego, we can make those alterations. Chasm Drum. I keep thinking Chasm Drum. Dumb. I keep thinking it's drum. I'll see the turtle. And we've got PBJ Builds joining us. Hey PBJ, how you doing, buddy?
Hey PBJ.
You having a good week? I was really looking forward to seeing how your masterpiece blossoms. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be really cool. PBJ giving the whole bit up there as well. Right, I'm building a set that I've had since Black Friday. It was retired last year, I believe, but I still think there's some sets floating around in the wild, and that is the Sonic the Hedgehog set. This was at a discount Lego, 40%, I think it was. So yeah, I had to get that. As well, and this is actually the very first game that I played on the Sega Mega Drive 2, I think it was. I think that was the first console. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah.
I've got that set. It's over there. That's the Sonic shelf. Best way I can show it. It used to be up here, but I swapped it out for space. So the space is up here, and now Sonic is over there underneath the bounty.
Mm.
It's back there somewhere.
Nice. Is that Destiny's Bounty I can see there?
Yeah, that's the movie version. I've got the legacy version is down here somewhere, and I don't know where the Temple Family's going to go.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm gonna have to make space for it.
Absolutely.
I plan to, once, either before or after Brick World, I plan to redo my table layout, and they're together right now, but I'm going to separate the tables. One of them will be where my Ninjago modulars go, so I can actually have them connected and not just standing on their own like they are now. So that'll free up these shelves for other things.
But
Bounty will probably be one of them.
So the shelves behind you, how many tiers is that? Is that 3 or 4?
4 tiers. So it's hidden behind stuff, but there's a bottom tier down here, then there's this tier, and then all the way at the top. And this is all tall stuff. So I have the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores is the other big thing that's up here, because that's pretty tall. And even
they're all the same, aren't they? They're all the same. Can't you stack them? Can't you just make? Can you get like one of the shelves and just make the other ones bigger?
I could. Well, they had the same height in between them, and that's not adjustable. So that's been a limiting factor. Yeah. Other than that, it's all worked out. And then I have my bookcases over here, but those 2 tall shelves are for mechs. So I may swap that out eventually.
Yeah.
And then I have a couple big things here. Tournament Temple City would not have really fit anywhere else. It fits on one of these shelves, but it takes up a lot of space. This, of course, is a bit too big. Also fits on one of these shelves, but it looks better there, I think. And then up there is too risky to put things.
It's quite difficult to display, but by the looks of it, the shaping of Temple City, it looks very difficult to display. I think Building Together, whether you've heard of him, Building Together, a stream in America, sometimes streams with his wife.
I'll have to take a look.
Yeah, he was talking about how he can make that compatible with the Ninjago City sets, and he was talking about what base plates you'll need, how many light blue trans pieces you'll need, and so on. And I think it was 2 half base plates and then 2 32x32 base plates as well. So it's quite a lot. I plan to do the same when I get that set, because obviously I wanted to make it look like it fits perfectly with Ninjago City. So I'll wait till after I got Markets, because Markets is actually the next set I really want to get.
Oh, it's a good one. It's expensive, but it's really good.
You get a lot of pieces. It's 6,000 plus pieces.
There's a lot there. So much there.
And if anybody hasn't got any Ninjago modulars or anything like that, Martin, looking at you, do consider them, because they are very, very good. Whether you agree with this as well, TJ, because I know like the traditional modulars, they like, you look at the backs of them, they don't look that appealing. But Ninjago City Gardens, for example, no matter which way I look at it, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so eventually, and this will probably happen as more Ninjago modulars work out, so I want to do a whole block of them with maybe some water in the middle, probably to stick the movie bounty in the middle. It's great because you can view them from all sides, and it looks amazing.
But I know Markets is really expensive at 6,000 pieces, and you get such a lot of minifigures as well. I think it's good value. And to be honest, they're almost like, and I said this to you not last week, the week before, but even like Workshops, which is considerably smaller, is still bigger than a lot of other modulars.
Yeah.
To the piece count.
It's roughly the same piece count, and it's much taller than any modular that we've got. I mean, there's a bit more empty space than with your typical modular, but it looks so nice. Yeah. And you get that mech in the front, and you could put other mechs there if you want, other mechs from other sets.
Yeah. I love that mech. I love the mech in the Workshop. It reminds me of one of my favorite characters. When I watched Obi-Wan, you had the droid Ned B in it. Just reminds me of Ned B. I do like that character. And Martin asks, do you like the look of that rumored new Green Dragon, TJ? I obviously, TJ, you're obviously going to go in a bit more depth. I absolutely love the look of it. It just stands so profoundly. It is gorgeous. I like these. I know it's a Source Dragon, I believe. It is a Source Dragon. And these Source Dragons are gorgeous. Like the Source Dragon Emotion is stunning. And I do like this one. That's there it is. It's absolutely huge. Was it almost 2,000 pieces?
I think so. I don't even remember. It's massive, and I have to display it without the throne. Little
the throne
saddle thing that they have.
Yeah. Because
otherwise that's too tall. Yeah, it's 17, 16 pieces. Very big. Yeah. Pretty good piece gun, especially with the wings that are included as well. So those are some nice wings.
Yeah. Now, that came out, I think, a couple of months just after the D&D set came out. And I know everybody was talking about how good the dragon was in the D&D set, but for me, a couple of months later, that Source Dragon Emotion came out, and you cannot compare that dragon to the one in D&D. I mean, the Source Dragon is the clear winner there.
Yeah, it doesn't compare at all. Yeah, and the Guardian Dragon it's an interesting choice, because I believe we haven't seen any other images of it beyond it actually on display on the rock feature that it's on, but I believe that it is display only and can't actually be detached from the base that it's on, which is it's interesting. It's an interesting choice. It looks really nice, but it doesn't scream to me, buy me right away. Like,
Right.
it's cool and I want to get it, but a lot of the other summer sets that are out there are a higher priority to me.
Yeah.
I like them more.
Yeah, it reminds me so much of Rayquaza from Pokemon, which was one of my favorite Pokemon at a certain time when Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire was out. I think it was 2003, 2004. But yeah, is there any sets like Ninjago sets that you are thinking about getting day one? That perhaps sets that have not officially been revealed, been leaked, and you think, yeah, definitely gonna get that. Can't live without that.
So it's
too long.
It's gonna be interesting because, for the summer sets, for the summer wave, some things, not everything, gets dropped June 1st for the rest of the world, but August 1st here in North America. So we probably aren't going to see the Ninjago sets until August, which is unfortunate. But
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. But the way around that is that friends coming to Brickworld Chicago from other parts of the world can potentially bring over a set. So I have to find one. I have to pick one. I had two last year, Cole's Titan Dragon Mech and the Tournament Battle Arena from BrickBods, which was very nice of them to bring over. So I'm probably just going to do one set, maybe two. If I do a second one, it's just going to be a really small one.
Yeah.
But I'm debating. I've got two sets that I'm debating between. One of them is Lloyd's Jet Mech, which is it can alternate between a jet and a mech depending on how you want to pose it, or the Fire Knight Mech. Those are the two that I'm kind of going back and forth between.
Yeah. But it's not. I mean, if you can get like these new Ninjago sets at Brickworld Chicago, I think it only heightens the experience, isn't it? It just makes the event even more, fantastic, really, isn't it? That you can buy these sets if you buy day one at Brickworld.
Yeah, it's so cool to get them early, and being able to build Titan Mech last year was so amazing. Getting to build it early on and experience that. I think build-wise, I should probably go with the Fire Knight Mech. I think that would be the better choice. And there's also, for these Ninjago Legends sets, which is like this older audience sub-theme that we're getting, there's supposed to be an exclusive poster inside for both the Fire Knight Mech and the Guardian Dragon. So that's another incentive to go for that first.
Do they often have these posters? Because they had one in City Gardens.
That was the only time, City Gardens. And that was an exclusive artwork that they included.
Yeah, I think that was quite a nice surprise to get one of them.
Yeah, in fact, the Ninjago artwork, I think I was showing it off on Greg's stream the other week, that I actually need to hang back up, was made by that same artist that made the City Gardens poster. So I'll get it. I'll get that stuff.
Anyway, you guys in the chat, with Star Wars Day up on the horizon next week, what are you guys going to get? Martin, have you planned out how you're going to be qualifying for that GWP? Let us know your thoughts, guys, what it is you're going to get to cross the threshold. Are you happy with the deals? I know Martin on Friday was kind enough to reveal those deals to us all. But yeah, let us know in the chat what it is you're going to get.
I don't know if they're in the EU yet, in Europe, or in other certain regions, but I know that in North America, they've actually posted on the website, on the LEGO site, what's going to be ×2 and ×4 insider points.
Yeah. So
they're finally getting out that information. They posted it like 6 hours after our Clicking Bricks episode, which was, would have been nice to get it sooner. But yeah, this is one example of the Ninjago artwork, these prints.
That is cool.
Yeah, these are done by Joshua D17 over on Instagram.
Oh, that is nice.
So you can purchase these, and they are amazing.
Remind me of the character in that poster before.
Pixel and Zane's.
Pixel, that's it.
Yeah, Zane's back there too. He's a bit bigger in that image. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have 7 artworks. I may get more in the future. It all depends on what I like and characters that I'm interested in and whatnot. But yeah, they're great. And I love supporting my Ninjago artists. There's some really talented Ninjago artists. Really great art community.
Yeah. No, that's good. So, people actually got like a business doing that as well.
I mean, he's just got it set up to go to like a Google form, and you fill out what you want and then your information. So I don't know how often he does it, but he's starting to set it up. He's done like Ninjago season posters for a while, but with Dragons Rising, he's really started doing these individual artworks.
That's cool. That's cool. We have Trevor joining us as well. Trevor, Mr. Stop Motion, the master of stop motion. Good to see you, mate. I hope you've had I hope you and your boys have had a good half-term holiday. Do they go back to school tomorrow? Yeah, so I hope you've all had a restful break, and the family is doing well. It was good to see you yesterday. Our paths crossed in another stream, but I can't recall this streamer's name. How bad of me it is. I forgot her name now. What was it? She's into all sorts of brands, not just Lego, but Funhole and Fantasy. Maybe you can just drop her name in the chat, Trevor. Yeah, I've watched her content now and then over the past few months, and she's really into Funhole sets, or Lumi bricks as it's called now, I believe. Lumi bricks. So yeah, and let's have a look at what PBJ. So yes, absolutely, it is an awesome GWP PBJ. A GWP that has, to the moment of its release, 3 exclusive minifigures with arm printing, dual molded legs. I mean, you can't complain, can you? Really, a nice little side build as well, and it's something niche as well. Like the actual build is something that hovers in the background. Am I right?
Yeah, it's in the background of Attack of the Clones. You barely see it, but it's around.
Yeah, I mean it's such a GWP, and I think the threshold isn't too bad. I think it's quite reasonable to secure. I know you can get like a couple of sets, and I think what helps obviously is when they bring out like a Luke Skywalker brickhead and key rings and things like that. So if you are a couple of pounds short or dollars short, at least you can purchase one of them just to cross over the threshold. Yeah, I think it could be the best GWP since Revan. Maybe definitely Amperu, because I know that was an exclusive minifigure. I think people just want exclusive figs. But like I said on your stream yesterday, TJ, I don't think it's going to remain exclusive to that GWP. It's going to come out in some other form, and I predicted on your stream yesterday that it would it will come out in the playset version of Django Slave 1.
Yeah.
Or even an advent calendar.
Yeah. You know what I could see them doing if they put it in the Slave 1 is switching out the dual molded legs for plain red legs. I could see them doing that. Yeah. And then advent calendar, like switching out the hair for a Santa hat because he's got Santa legs already. There
you go, isn't it? They're halfway there. But what I can't get round is, and I'm going by rumours, and obviously all rumours should be taken with a pinch of salt, is that in the playset version, they're going to have a different Django without arm printing. I just can't see them doing that. Why would they invest so much money in a minifigure to then change it up, but then downgrade the minifigure? I just don't think they'll do that. I think it will. I think it will be in that set.
Yeah, because then that's a whole separate version that they have to produce. So I don't think they'll do that either. I think it's going to be the same, but we will see.
Here's the question then: if it's going to be the same Django, do you sell your current Django as soon as you get the UCS Slave 1?
Yeah, that is a interesting debate. I think some people will, and some people won't. And we'll see where it goes. If it's the same Django, it makes sense to sell it now, but we won't have that information until it starts leaking or the set's been officially revealed, which isn't until August. So, I mean, there's a little bit of time to sell that fig once it comes out, but once we know that it's going to be, if it's the same fig, then there's not going to be any point in selling it, because then it'll still be valuable, but it won't be nearly as valuable as to start out.
Yeah, but I like what Lego have done now. And they could do this a little bit more often. I suppose they've done it across all things. I'm not sure they've done it with Ninjago, where they've made like a fairly expensive set. You know, Slave 1, very expensive, that they then go on to make a play scale version, just to cater for those who perhaps can't justify spending that amount of money on the Lego set, or people unfortunately can't afford. It'd be great to see them do that more often. And then they're going to put something reasonably exclusive in that set anyway, to draw those who have got the UCS Slave 1. But it'd be interesting to see what that is. I mean, I know there's going to be a Kamino minifigure involved, whether it's the same Kamino minifigure that came in, I think it was, Obi-Wan Kenobi Starfighter?
Yeah, Ton Wee.
Yeah, Ton Wee, that's it. So it'd be interesting. But I like the idea that they make these play scale sets, you know, and they've done it in Harry Potter. They've done it in Harry Potter and with Hogwarts Express. Well, they made one, then they made a really massive version, which a lot of people complained about it being too big. And then they made another version with Hogsmeade Village Station. Thank you, Trevor. Yep, it's a work in progress. City Gardens definitely helps. I know, Trevor, you've got City Gardens. I believe you bought it the same day as me, Black Friday last year. But yeah, amazing build. And the thing is, it's not, there's absolutely no repetition. So you will need to focus when you're building it. And I can't deny I've made a couple of mistakes when building it as well, and everything is just so different. And I honestly, my favorite part is probably the museum. I love the museum in the middle. That's really, really cool. And I'll tell you also, TJ, my favorite minifigure is this guy here. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more about this guy. For me, it's just a scary looking guy with a deadly looking machine wearing a bowler hat.
Yes, that's the mechanic. It's a villain in Ninjago. So the mechanic's got interesting history. So he started out, we hadn't even met him in this season, but he started out working for Master Chen, villain in season 4. We didn't meet him until season 6 when he was already in prison. He already had the mechanical arm that he's got, and he wanted revenge. And we see him briefly in season 8, and then in season 11 as well. He was in one of the episodes. Then he had his first kind of major villain role as kind of the secondary antagonist to Unagami in season 12 in Prime Empire. He helped Unagami on the real world side and helped him get out of the video game. And then he was stopped, of course. And then he came back for Crystallized for season 15 and was one of the villains that the Overlord recruited. And he was part of that team. And he was even in one of the mech shorts for Dragon's Rising. So he's still around. He's hanging out.
Ah, nice. And does that character only come in City Gardens?
Yes.
Ah, okay, so it's exclusive character.
There is a different version of him, the crystallized version, that's in the Samurai X mech. But it's not as casual appearance. It's a crystal appearance. In fact, let me find it.
Oh, why is TJ's getting that? Let's have a look at the chat. Oh, fantastic. Trevor. Trevor's mum. They were celebrating his mum's birthday. Fantastic. Happy birthday, Trevor's mum. What's her name? What's her name?
Yes, happy birthday.
Andrea, Agatha, Jenny. Just let us know so we can wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah, here's our crystallized mechanic. So the only... he's got a different face print because he's got a purple eye. It's kind of hard to tell with the light, but it's in there. And then he's got the mechanical arm here. And other than that, he's the same as all the other crystal generals, roughly the same.
Yeah.
So he's there. Yeah, there's a bunch of
that is cool.
Villains that came back for Crystallized. We got Pythor, the Serpentine. the Skull Sorcerer.
Nice. I saw a minifigure like that the other day, the same head, but it was wearing a cloak that was very similar to this Temple Spirit dude.
Mm-hmm.
Green, black.
Yeah. That's Mr. F.
Nice.
There's a villain back in season 8 called Mr. E. There's a play on words for mystery, and this is the next generation, so he's called Mr. F.
Yeah. That's cool.
And that's what Lego did.
Oh, we got a name. Judy. So, Judy. I just remembered, I think Fab has got this feature here. So, Trevor, happy birthday to your mum, Judy. Hope she has had a lovely day. And this is for Judy. Birth to one of the greatest stop motion guys around. And not just a great stop motion dude, but also just a great dude in general. Here's a third shout out to your mum, Judy. I'm going to give you them all. Here you go. There you go. Happy birthday to your mum, Trevor. Excellent. Right, let's catch up on the chat. And here we are. Mark is with us. Hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy? Having a good week. How was Reading? You went to a Lego convention in Reading. How did that go? Was it fantastic? Did you get any more compliments about your awesome builds? Do let us know. She clicked bricks. That's it. Yeah, she clicked bricks. Yeah. I should know that because I entered this prize draw and I had to email her for my name. I can't believe that. Just completely forgot her name straight over my head. But I've been watching her for on and off for a couple of months, and it is good. It's quite refreshing to see somebody constantly reviewing sets that's not Lego. And I know she's just recently built. I think it was Fantasy. They just made an opera set, theatre set of some sort, and that looks pretty cool. Everyone saying hi to Mark in the chat and Trevor. Lots of love at the moment. Yes, let us know how the convention was. I heard that you were all together. So yourself, Gaz, and the Brick Bards all together. Hope that was. Hope you had a fantastic time. Matt wishing Trevor's mum, Judy, happy birthday. I bet. It is very stimulating for the body and the mind when you go to these Lego conventions. Physically, you can be tired, setting up, preparing on your feet for considerable hours of the day. And then just seeing so many people and speaking to the community and those that attend the event, it's it puts a lot of onus on your body, a lot of demands. Oh, yeah. Certainly not PG's discussion, that's for sure. Yeah, do let us know. We have got Instagram chat, so you can be as filthy as you want in those chats. Right. Nothing about Marmite, is there? Straight over TJ's head. Don't worry. Oh, wait. There was a conversation about Marmite the other day, TJ. I best not. I don't want to get Liz's channel shut down. Yeah. Almost got the Marmite out the other day, though, when I saw that main tower. Blimey. That's what I'm saying. If it's just a torso, they could end up on the BAM online. They did with the FabBlondies. Yes, that's true. Yes, the minifigure, the FabBlondies GWP, the torso was exclusive. Lego do it. They probably time it so well. They make it exclusive for a little bit because they know fans will see it and then they'll bring it out again. I still think with the cadets, they're going to bring them out in the play scale version or even an advent calendar. You know, it'd be interesting because that's what I think they need to do a little bit more when it comes to these advent calendars, is get maybe unique characters and make them even more unique by making festive versions of them. And 1 minute for opening animation around a minute. Excellent. Looking forward to that, Trevor. I don't know how you get through these stop motions, and it's just how you do it, mate. You're just very good at what you do, you know. So when it comes to myself running my own channel, I'll be definitely coming to you for advice. That's for sure. ETS short. Maybe we had 2 of them minifigures stolen. What's the show? Just oh yeah. We do get this, and unfortunately, this happened to Mark, who somebody stole one of his minifigures when he was displaying at Britastic. It was the Knuckles minifigure with the smiling version or the smirking version of Knuckles, which is you do get them convention shows. Not surprised when I hear this news. You do get people like this, and I guess, like, you know, if you're displaying sets, obviously if you want to showcase really nice minifigures to go with your sets, okay, that's great. Maybe you can get some compatible versions, cheaper versions, minifigures that look really good, and people might not know that they're actually stealing something that's not a Lego brand. But yeah, definitely not acceptable when it's theft at the end of the day. And it's a shame when somebody puts time and effort into creating, and obviously TJ obviously at the moment is designing his own mock at the moment. The amount of time and energy and expense it's put in so you can display these amazing mocks, only for them people to steal elements from those mocks, such as minifigures.
Yeah, it's an awful thing to do.
Yes, yeah, Farrah's all right. She's obviously had another issue with the head. She suffers from headaches. I think she just needs to just chill out, rest, and just snuggle with her cats. They're the perfect form of medicine, I kind of find. TJ, you a pet person? Do you have dogs, cats, birds, turtles?
I'm not really a dog person. I actually have a bit of a phobia of dogs, I think, because I was bitten by one when I was very little. I do like cats, but I'm also allergic to cats.
Oh, I used to be. I used to be.
Yeah, we have the one cat in the house, and I do like her, but I'm also allergic.
Oh yeah.
So I have to.
I used to be. Yeah. Because I used to have a neighbour who had, like, I used to have come out in like rashes, and my eyeballs were popping out my head. You know, they were really red and so on. But this lady that we went to, like, she had 8 cats, and she never really cleaned the house. No wonder my eyeballs were going to pop out. But I have been allergic, and I had one cat. So obviously, when my wife and I, when we first moved into our house, I actually didn't want a cat. Would you believe? And because obviously I was allergic and so on. And then, but no, you sort of develop a tolerance for them. And then I had no reactions. I took antihistamines every single day. And then we had a second cat, Tilly, and then we had a third indoor, and these are all indoor cats because we don't let our cats out. And then a fourth one. And then it's just like, I don't get any reactions at all. So you can grow a tolerance with them. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. But it's fantastic to hear, Mark, that you've had lots of compliments, and we all know how talented you are, and your talent definitely comes through in brick form as well. And just remember, you're not just a talented builder, you're a talented guy as well. And you know, I always believe a good mock, behind a good mock is always a good AFOL as well, and you're definitely that, Mark. We all know how amazing you are, and and you deserve every single compliment you get and more as well. So I'm really pleased to hear that. Obviously Trevor's pleased as well, and we have got Sound Escape Mateus in the chat as well. Hey Mateus, how you doing, buddy? I'm still in the process of putting your sig fig into my city. I know you said the other day about being at a train station of some sort, so obviously I know about a fair few Hogwarts Expresses, so you will be going in one of those, I guarantee. It's going to happen actually, because behind me is where my Harry Potter world's going to go. So I do need to get one more table so I can get my Great Hall and everything together, ready for when June the 1st comes around, so I can get the main tower. So your sig fig will likely be in my city come early June. Yeah, no, it's a shame. Yeah, Lara Croft. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, but yeah, yeah, we'll overlook this comment. Right, I can say everyone's saying hello to Mateus. Just found out Disney Shop Online will release Star Wars Lego deals at 6:30 and tomorrow will be a good place to check out. Yes, absolutely. Ooh. Because they do have sets that are rarely at a discount. One set the highest set on my wish list is the Star Wars is the sail barge, and there's no offers whatsoever. Of course there's the GWPs, you know, but sometimes when you got a GWP where for us it's 145, but then if you drop a £400 set to qualify it, it doesn't feel that satisfying because you've just eclipsed the threshold. Yeah, and it makes me think, right, if I was to spend, let's say, £300 or something, I'd rather spend it in a way which I get 2 of the GWPs rather than eclipsing the threshold by about £200 or £300. But Disney Store, they could have the barge at a discount, and yeah, that is going to change things. I am planning to get markets at some point, but if there's no, I'd rather get markets if there's a double points. I'd rather, if you're paying 300 plus pound, perhaps.
Good to wait for double points on that, or a high threshold GWP.
Yeah. Everyone's saying hello. Yes, there were suspicions that it was a fellow AFOL, somebody that we may know. I think I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's this is figured out was the timing of, because I know, Mark, you're aware of what time of the day your minifigure was stolen. So obviously it narrows it down. I know it was at a quiet time of the day as well. You'd think they picked, would that be the worst time of the day to try and steal a figure at the end of near the end of a convention, where there's less people, you're more likely to be detected? Yeah, pounce on the like button if you haven't already. It'd be fantastic. Lost for words. Reading your next review. Yes, really good review. Nicole, you should do more. You do fantastic, and do some on through video footage as well. That'd be really, really cool. It was definitely an honest opinion. Well, every opinion is honest in some way or form, but it's really good that you didn't hold back. You stated exactly what you think of the set, and you brought on some different perspectives, cost, the look, building experience, which all comes together to make an A-class review. Yes, that was Mark. He mentioned Marmite. No, hang on. No, it was me. It was me. Then Mark. Yeah.
Okay.
You're right, Kea. How you doing, buddy? Where's my sig fig? Is patient. Are you sure? Siegfried has been moaning at me for the past few days. And we've got Redmond in the chat. Hey, Redmond, how you doing, buddy? Hope all is well. How was your week? Have you been building? Have you been doing something non-Lego related? Have you been away with family? Or let us know. Yeah, I get just slept for a long time lately. Yeah, I've been feeling a bit sleepy recently, probably because the weather's been picking up. I do get a little bit sleepy more when it's a bit warm. Obviously, I'll be teaching a lot outside in the heat, so that really makes me tired. I'm saying hello. Yeah, that's the one thing. That's why people like your content, Nicole. It's because they like you and they want you to shine through your content. We all love your content, Nicole. You know that. Very good. Everyone's saying hello to each other. That was Mark's. That was a Knuckles minifigure. That was stolen. Away with the fam in the States for a couple of weeks. Nice, nice, excellent. Hope you had a really nice time. And everyone's saying hello. So I really got to start getting on with this build.
Yeah, to show you guys what I've been doing is I'm trying to have this little hole in the Mills plate here where the scientists are going to be experimenting with planting some different plants. So there's going to be, I haven't put them in yet, but there's going to be native plants to this world that are already there. But what the scientists are going to be doing in this hole is planting in maybe some earth plants to see if they'll grow in this environment. So have some little experiments going on.
That's nice. How long have you been working on that now?
I've been working on it off and on for months, but I've really started to get onto it in the past month. So, yeah, once I've got that kind of hole in the ground worked out, then the next phase is to tackle the remaining structures for these and to clean up what they look like on the outside and then on the inside as well. The floors as they are, other than so the very top, I have to tile off and everything, make it look a bit nicer, and then fix the inside because that's going to be visible. But the rest of the floors that are currently built are already complete, so they are done just on the exterior. So the interior still needs some detail, but the exterior is fine.
Yeah.
And then so I've got to build 2 more floors. I'm going to just build the exteriors and get like the structure worked out. And then one of the final steps will be working on the interior, getting in all the details in. There's going to be like a little like tool area on the bottom, like all the tools and things that'll be on the ground floor. Nice. And then next floor up, which is where this connects and where another collab partner will connect on the other side, will be the science floor. So all the science stuff will be going on there. Then the 2 floors that I haven't built are living quarters and cafeteria. Nice.
When do you think you'll be finished?
Well, I've got to be finished before Brickworld Chicago. We'll see how soon that happens, though.
Do you plan to, I mean, like a couple of weeks leading to Brickworld, do you give yourself a bit of time just to refine, add any extra details?
I might give myself more time once I've kind of solidified everything that's important here.
Yeah.
The other thing that I have to tackle is that there's also a Ninjago collab that I haven't started working on yet. So that's going to have to get done. I bought a couple parts in mind for that, but for the most part, it's completely untouched. So
yeah,
I did buy. I think I showed these off on Greg's stream. That's where I remember them from. But I bought a couple custom Ninjago figs for the collabs. So one of them is Nia in her rebooted outfit, which I need for the season 3 portion, and Pajama Sky, which I need for the pilot season. They're UV printed customs. They're pretty nice.
Having planned
Yes,
to use build. Nice.
It'll happen, KO. Don't you worry.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all. I think I'd be dead nervous if I just had like real figures as well in there. I think I'd just have to get like compatible ones.
I think with the space, I'm not worried about it because none of the space figs are particularly valuable.
No, yeah.
At least not that I'm adding in. The Ninjago one, we'll see. I had my stone armor figs on the Temple of Fortitude when I displayed that, and none of those went missing, so those were okay. I think Brickworld Chicago will probably be safe. They're pretty strict if things do get stolen, and there's some pretty serious consequences. We also have the little stanchions that go all around our builds. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you guys have those at your shows. Not ever.
Say again. What was that?
The little stanchions that kind of go around different tables.
No, I don't think so. I didn't see anything like that.
Yeah.
You can go up in as close as you possibly could, really.
Yeah. We actually have those all around all of our displays at Brickworld Chicago, so that people can't get too close. So that probably helps a little. But of course, there will be determined people who could try. But I don't think anyone's going to go after the Ninjago figs. I don't think there's any that are that valuable that I'm going to put in. Maybe in the Day of the Departed build.
Where's the most valuable Ninjago fig? Like
that would be Lloyd DX.
No, you've got it, have you?
Yeah. I bought him back when he was part of a Target Cube. Back in 2014, I think. And I didn't get it on release, but I got it, I think, the year after for about $20. This fig here.
Nice.
And now he's like $300-400.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot. Would you ever sell that? If you ever had a minifigure that's valued that much? Because surely there's a part of you that thinks
I gotta keep it. Star Wars maybe, but for Ninjago I gotta keep it.
Had a Harry Potter figure, then that was worth that much. We don't have any Harry Potter figures that's worth that much. No, I couldn't. A bit like you. But if there was a minifigure that was worth a lot outside my main theme, possibly. Part of me was considering whether to sell the Snake minifigure that comes in the Quickie Mart. Because the Simpsons coming back, it makes me think, well, they could make another one.
Yeah, so we have these four, the NRG figs. These are all pretty valuable, especially this one, NRGJ. I managed to get this set on a deal, the set that he comes from, the spinner, on a deal for $45 back in 2017. That was a deal back then. It was going for roughly $80 on average. Now he's a lot more expensive. Yeah, and I have a few figs in here. Here's Woo. There's Cold DX, because these two, the printing can rub off.
Yeah.
Just tuck them in here. Golden Master is pretty valuable. Just open this case. Akita is pretty valuable here. Some of these are from the Bricktober packs, so they're in there. The White Nindroid General Cryptor fig there, he's pretty valuable because he's an army builder. Just remove the armor and you got multiples. Yeah, a lot of great figs. Even Samukai, a classic fig.
That is cool.
He's pretty valuable.
Yeah, I like that. I like that school looking minifigure. That's good.
Yeah. He's our first ever 4-armed Ninjago fig.
Yeah. I wish I had some flex tape.
Fig. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I'll just flex my arm.
Yeah, I just got
I was just thinking about flexing my muscle.
Yeah.
What muscle?
No,
that's
our first 4-armed fig was actually in Space Police 3. It was an alien named Frenzy. But the upper torso isn't a standard fig. It was one molded piece with the head and upper arms attached, and the two upper arms were droid arms. So
Wow.
I had them somewhere.
I'm trying to think.
Bunch of
Harry Potter's most
bunch of space
expensive.
figs. I don't even know where they would be. Not in here. Probably in here.
Yeah, don't have any rare figures when you're displaying. I would not at all. There's
No.
there's literally no point.
They aren't here. There are. So I've like 2 different small storage bins worth of space figs. Because this is what happens when you part out 8 space stations.
That's a lot of figs. A lot of dupes. Got a bit of an army going on there.
Yeah, I have a few armies. It's in the space region. But yes, this is where all my figs from the Space Police 3 villains go. Plus, I think one other fig who is a CMF. Yeah, they're known as the Black Bull Gang. Let me get out Frenzy. I've given him weapons. I gave them all weapons. Here he is. There's Frenzy.
That's a cool fig.
Yeah.
What set's that come out in?
Gold Heist is the name of the set. Let me look at
Gold
this.
Heist.
Yeah, it was a Space Police vehicle. I actually saw it at Bricks and Minifigs Algonquin recently. It was used, and it looked to be complete, but the sticker placement wasn't that good. But I already have the set, so I saw no reason to get it again. 5971 is the set number.
5971. Let's have a look at that.
Even more interestingly, if you see in Frenzy's mouth, there's like a hole in there that can fit a bar. You can just do this. You can just munch on a bar.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm just looking at this set. Okay. Space Police Gold Heist.
Yeah. This one, of course, this is the leader, one of the leaders, one of the bosses, Brick Daddy. What he's called.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool Space Police villains. I have them all. I'm so glad I have them. Such a nice collection to have. I've given them all. I set them up all with weapons so that they'd all have different weapons. Because in the sets, they just had like random stuff. I gave this guy a massive weapon just because I could.
That's cool. A lot of nice molded headpieces there.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of different ones. Really nice figs. And I got these 2, the Skull Twins. There are 2 of them. And I gave them both 2 of the exact same weapon.
Nice. Yeah. Flego ones, definitely.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Star Wars in particular is especially desirable.
Oh, yeah.
I think with Ninjago, for the most part, I can get away with it. With having the actual figs. But with Star Wars, it's a bit harder to do.
PBJ's bought that set from Bricks and Minifigures.
Yeah, that was actually one of the last sets. So there were 2 last sets that I bought to complete the collection, and Gold Heist was one of them. The other was this tiny little canine bot. It was polybag size, but it actually came in a tiny box.
TJ, have you decided what your Star Wars purchase is going to be? You are going to be buying, aren't you, May the 4th?
Yes, I do have a plan for the Star Wars purchases, at least for the most part. I'm kind of like debating in one last area, but I've got, so for sure, I'm going to get the Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder. That was always in the plan because that was a Lego exclusive.
Yeah.
And then Duel on Peridia is another one that was always in the plan. And those 2 are both double points over here, so it works out even better. I was going to do the Arc 170 as the third set, and that would have gotten me to $165, which is $5 over the threshold here.
Yeah.
But the Arc 170 is not double points, so I've instead removed it, and I've swapped it out with two sets. One is the Acclimator, which is double points, and that's one that's been on my list. It's a pretty nice set. And then the last set, I'm debating between two sets. I could either go the cheaper option and get that Mando Season 3 battle pack with the 2 Mandalorians and the 2 Imperial Super Commandos, and that would get me to 165. Or
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Or I could get another copy. That would be my 5th copy of the Clone and Droid battle pack, and that would get me to 175.
Yeah.
And both of those are double points, so either one would work.
Yeah. Do you think overall that the deals is really good?
I think they're all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, we don't have the final information on what's going to be 20 and 15% off over here, but it's not going to be a whole lot. And I really would like to see more discounts in that area, but double points is nice. I think I also would have liked to see double points on more sets. But, yeah, it makes sense not to do it on the new sets, I suppose, for LEGO.
Yeah.
It's new. But, yeah, I think the selection we have is pretty good. I think, I do wonder if LEGO should take a page out of Funhole's book and discount sets to start with. Because whenever a Funhole set releases, whenever there's a new one, it always starts out 25% off. At least over here.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Or at least maybe the new sets. Can they just do double points?
Yeah.
Or do something. I still think I don't think it's wrong for anybody to ask for a little bit more when it comes to LEGO, because obviously the amount of money people spend, but I don't see why not. They can't just do double points for Slave 1 and
Yeah, I think if the UCS Slave 1 had been double points to start, that would have been more of an incentive for people to buy it. Or if it had a really nice exclusive GWP. The keychain is nice, but it doesn't entice a whole lot of people. It's not as interesting as something that's brick built.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it would be nice for me to get, but because I still have mocks to work on, I can't pull it off. I wouldn't be able to pull off the UCS Slave 1. Yeah, Redmond, they haven't changed their name yet. They just posted that they were going to do it, and then that was it.
I'd take a break from building. We've been talking about the last couple of weeks about this guy in local area selling ice cream. It's out this world, so I've actually got ice cream to eat as well.
Ooh.
So I'm just going to take a bit of a break. People in the chat, if the noise of me eating is really irritating, don't be kind. Tell me. If I'm making some horrific noises, do tell me. But yeah, that's what we just thought I'd try. But I didn't know. I thought, because obviously a couple of hours ago we found out Fab wasn't joining us, so I thought, actually I could just mute myself for a little bit, for like 10 minutes, while I indulge into this. But no. Okay, lead need.
Yeah, so like the 6 most recent Funhole sets, 4 of them are 25% off currently. One of them's 20 and one of them's 15. So that's like a really nice starting point for a set. And Funhole doesn't release nearly as many sets as LEGO does. But it would be nice to see some discounts to start.
Yeah. But I can't deny, like, you like this as well, TJ. I suppose you guys in the chat are as well. Do you ever you go into a new month, despite the fact that it is Star Wars, do you have one eye on the month after? I mean, for us Harry Potter fans, we do, because there's like a lot of sets. I can easily get each one, every set day one. But like, have you got June in your head? Obviously, you got Brick World Chicago, and I suppose that with the expense of the entire event. Have you got your thoughts on June the 1st? What you're going to be doing?
Yeah, I'm already thinking about. There's already one set I'm going to get guaranteed, and it's the Happy Plant set. But that's not for myself. That's for someone else. If I don't find it early at Meijer, or if I don't hear about early sets showing up at Meijer, I could go to the store because it's close enough, or I could just order that and something else online to get the free shipping. And if I were to do the online option, I would probably order Plo Koon's Microfighter, his Starfighter Microfighter, because that's coming out June 1st. And the combination of those two should get me above the threshold of $35 here. Yeah, and then of course Ninjago as well, but we have to wait a bit longer for Ninjago. So I am thinking about it though, because I might have Greg bring over a set for me.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't get it, like, if you obviously ain't got the opportunity to buy these sets day one, like in June, it could be like a little bit of a blessing in disguise, can't it?
Yeah, I mean,
because I know when I get Star Wars sets, it's like, oh, Harry Potter as well, more expense. But it's like, I suppose if you got like a bit of a, I mean, if you don't get any Ninjago sets at Brickworld, it's not too bad. At least you can hold out and wait a little bit and just save the money for when it does come out in August.
Yeah, I mean, it'll all depend on how much I spend at Brickworld is what will influence things. I also have the Bricklink Designer Program set that I ordered, the Siege Encampment. That will be shipping in July, so it'll charge me shortly after Brickworld. So I should probably be careful with Brickworld and not spend too much. Plus, July is also clearance season over here. We get a bunch of good deals. So I have to keep an eye out for those as well.
Yeah. Mark was commenting about the fantasy fig designs. Yeah, I've seen them. They are better than probably Lumi Bricks, or Funhole, as they're previously called. I think they're better than the Lumi Bricks figs. And they are quite cute. They've got like big heads, haven't they? Really big heads. Yeah, they do look pretty cool. But I suppose even like with fantasy, you can just, if you even like for those who are perhaps myself, Lego purist and so on, you could just ditch the figs, and then you can just put your own. You can just put Lego figs in there, couldn't you? Really?
Yeah, those are kind of cute. Yeah, I think Funhole knows that we just switch it out for Lego figs because they still do like the Lego molded chairs, and the Funhole figs can't sit in them, but Lego figs can, of course. So they know that not as many people care about the figs for their sets. So yeah, but I think, I mean, the figs are important to help, make the build feel alive, but I think the build should matter more. And for Funhole, it definitely feels like that.
Oh man, this is so good. Yeah,
I might have some ice cream later, but that wouldn't be until after dinner.
I love my Ben and Jerry's. I do. So PBJ is going to be spending a lot. So what did you get last year then, PBJ? What was I'll tell you what did you get last year? And then what was the most you spent at Brickworld? Could have been 2 or 3 years ago, 4 years ago. What's the most cash you've just dropped? Let us know. So what did you spend last year? But what was the most you spent? Or you, TJ, if you dropped some serious cash at Brickworld?
So I remember when I went in 2019, this was just as a public attendee, I dropped $52 on 6 different figs. And Frenzy was actually one of them, the green alien that I showed. Although I later ended up selling him because I got the actual set. I didn't need 2 copies of the fig. But I don't remember for 22 and 23 how much I spent. I think I was like kind of keeping track, and then I bought a couple custom figs, and that was kind of the point of no return. Yeah. And then 24, I didn't get to spend anything, unfortunately. But yeah, I ended up buying Tournament Temple City as like a little consolation for myself.
That's
to make
right.
myself
Yeah,
feel
you was not well, were you?
And it was double points too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
That sucked.
will.
What was it? Was it just like a bug or something, or did you have a migraine
COVID.
or COVID?
Just go. I got COVID. It actually came from my dad. I think he got it first, but we didn't notice because he doesn't. When he gets sick, he's not as intensely sick as me or my sister. And then my sister got really sick, and then I got sick too. Yeah, it was my second time with COVID, so it wasn't as bad. Yeah, I remember my first time with COVID was a couple of years ago, a few years ago, back in 2022. That was awful. I remember that was terrible. Yeah.
I think I had COVID around that time as well. I think it was 2022,
Yeah.
January 2022.
I'd managed. Yeah, I had it. Mine was more August 2022, I think. August or September. Yeah. It was just awful. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I managed to avoid it until then, but it was awful. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to avoid that this year. Don't have to skip it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so KO, I've got the Space collab, I've got the Ninjago Monk collab, which is like several little things, but it's all under like the umbrella. And then I have the Temple of Air Jutsu, which I built last year, and that'll be displayed as well. Yeah, so three monks technically, 2 are collabs. Yeah, I remember I was advising PBJ on stuff. He was like in the garage sale, and I was just messaging him, looking up stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking up prices and everything. Yeah, and that's the thing with Brick World Chicago is that there's so many stores in the area. We have a bunch of Lego stores. We've got a bunch of bricks and minifigs now. I mean, last year it was only 3 at the time, and then Algonquin opened like a week or 2 after. But now we've got 6 bricks and minifigs, and that's a lot of shopping opportunities. And depending on how far you're willing to go, how far away you're willing to drive in Illinois, it can suck up your money.
Oh yeah, 6 in your area.
Yeah.
Well, locally, yes.
Yeah, they're all in different directions, but yeah.
Because didn't I? Emma Saurus, I think she did the. She was there for the 100th store, wasn't she? That opened.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of stores. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously that was about a year ago, so they must have about what? Oh, I don't know. 110, 120.
So many. So many. Yeah. Naperville's like 45 minutes or so south from me, and then Niles is about a half hour away from me, and in different directions too. Niles is east and Naperville is southwest. Yeah, so there's a lot, and I need to I do plan like a few weeks before Brick World to check on Naperville and Niles again to see if they seemed like good stores from when I first went to them on their opening days, but to further see, if they continue to be good stores, I need to check on them again before Brick World.
Oh, PBG got a good deal on the Orient Express. It's a really, really good set. Really good set.
Yeah, at Gurney Mills, that's an outlet store. They sell damaged box sets, and I think it was double points at the time too. So, yeah, great deal. Did they correct the errors with the stickers? Because there were some issues, wasn't there? I believe so. I believe they did.
Was it one of the places? Because there's a number of stickers you can put, different places you can visit, but there was like some spelling mistakes, wasn't there?
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me.
How common that is. Like Lego have messed up their plaques and sticker detailing. I remember they did it with Hogwarts Express. They got the actual model of the train wrong, and they put King Cross instead of King's Cross.
Oh wow. Yeah, that reminds me. I have to correct the stickers on Ninjago City Workshops because over here in North America, they didn't do so well with a few of the stickers, missing some printing. I have fresh parts, so I can correct those. I'm gonna do that right now because I keep forgetting. Oh, Brooks, welcome in. Good to see ya.
Hey, Brooks Bricks, hello, who's dwelling on the purple side, Twitch. Hope you're all right, buddy. Hope you're having a good week. So, hi, we appreciate you just dropping in for a quick hello.
Yeah, good to see you, Matt. Yeah, Brooks is a great streamer.
Yeah, what was he building the other day? Mark, didn't you raid Brooks Bricks, or am I thinking of somebody else? He's primarily Twitch. Doesn't stream on YouTube, does he?
He multi-streams on YouTube now, but it's all primarily
on
Twitch. Yeah, but there's all the people and all the fun stuff is on Twitch.
That's good that Lego replaced them. I never actually contacted them about the Holes Express one. It didn't really bother me too much about the black and so on. But yeah, I know they would have replaced. I know they did make replacement stickers, but it makes you think how can they? There's not even that much writing on it. It's not like a proofreading something that's 100,000 words long. But it's just a little sticker with just a few words. I just don't understand how they can do it. And then obviously made mistakes with the Orient Express. And didn't they put like the wrong logo on the Republic gunship set?
Yeah, they put the Imperial logo. And yeah, and there was also that whole designer video that said it was from the original trilogy too.
Yeah, King Cross. And I know they got the model wrong. That got a lot of heat. It's actually one of my favourite sets, like Hogwarts Express. It's just, it feels like a UCS set. It's just big and beefy. I know it doesn't fit standard track, but I think it's absolutely fine. I think sometimes tracks are a little bit too small. I think maybe they can make them a bit wider. That's it, yeah. I don't spend too much time on Twitch. I mean, I watch Mark and a few of us close to me, but I need to watch a few more streamers on Twitch. I need to go on the purple side a little bit more. Yeah. Almost finished. This ice cream is so good. It's Biscoff ice cream. I was going to say to my wife, can we just have the ice cream next week? Because obviously I'm streaming. I don't like to eat too much when I'm streaming. And this is my first time leading the stream as well. So want to make a good impression. So if I've got like ice cream around my mouth or making a horrible noise, just do let me know. I'm almost finished now. That's new.
All right, I have placed the new stickers. I'm going to show them off. I'll do comparisons here between old and new. Well, I can show this. We have it this way. There, that.
That's workshops, isn't it?
Yeah. So sticker on the left is what I got originally, and sticker on the right is what should be there. No, I might have put this sticker on upside down, but it's fine. It's just a control.
Yeah, you ain't gonna notice that.
Yeah, I can just turn it the other way. And then you can see, I think the doors are what matter more to me. The window panels. You can see, yeah, there's a big difference there in terms of detail.
Oh yeah, you can see that. Oh yeah. Yeah, the one sticker just pops a lot more.
Yeah. So it's nice to have the better versions.
Oh yeah. Did Lego replace them in good time?
Yeah, they got to me within a couple weeks. Yeah, they got to me, and then the next day my standard pad order showed up, which is where I ordered new parts so that I could just have a fresh sticker application.
I mean, Lego make their mistakes, but customer service is very good.
Customer service is the best.
Yeah. I remember when I got Green Gods, there was an issue with the GWP that I got. It went to a different house just down the road. And I was like, I got my Green Gods, but where's my GWPs? And eventually they came, they made a mistake. But then they just gave me double points for Green Gods. So when I got Green Gods day one, I actually had double points for it. Which they didn't need to do that. I didn't say no. And I had an issue with I think it was the Disney Castle. I think it was the very first one, the one before the remake when I bought it for my wife. The box was in the great condition. There was like a little mark on it. And they gave me points for that. I actually got that on a double point. So I got triple points for that, which is really, really good. Yeah, you can say what you like, but they are very good. It also depends as well who you speak to, because I remember getting last Black Friday where I got City Gardens. I also got my wife Snow White's Cottage on the same weekend, but I actually sent one to my parents' house, one to my house, two different households, but I only had one lot of GWPs, and then the first person I spoke to didn't want to help at all. And then I explained again. I phoned back up and had this really helpful guy, and then they just they gave me £30 in insiders points. They didn't send me the GWPs, but they gave me what they were, because obviously GWPs have a value. So they gave me £30 worth, which I thought was fantastic. That was when we had the record player. Yeah, record player, some art set, and a little train. I think I was on about it a couple of weeks ago. Ooh, just bought some replacement stickers for Brick Sticker Shop for my Millennium Falcon that is long retired. I was going to say, because you can just claim them for free from Missing Pieces online. They're brilliant. They'll just give you the sticker sheet for nothing. You don't have to prove it or anything like that. You don't have to.
But I think if it's retired, it's not guaranteed it'll still be available. Yeah, but
no, that's what I'm saying.
It's
retired. They won't have that as well. Yeah, because I needed a replacement sticker sheet for my Quickie Mart a couple of years ago, and obviously that was about a year after it retired. So they had the one sheet, but they didn't have the second one, so I had to go and buy that somewhere else. So sometimes I like to have a few extra spare sticker sheets. But yeah, that's good. But like I swear before, when we had to claim a sticker sheet, we had to put down the reasons why we need a new one. But when I made a request a couple of months ago, I just put in the set number, and they just sent it to me straight away. It was fantastic. Day after they approved it.
It'll depend sometimes, I think. Probably depends on the value of the set. Like a lot of people are trying to get replacements.
Oh, thanks, Nicole. I really appreciate that. Yeah, good opportunity. In some way, I'm glad Fab's got. Actually, no, I'm glad Fab's got a headache and so on, so I can run the show. No. But no. Enjoying it. Yes, this is the first time I've ever led a stream. Would you believe? But yeah, I had a crash course from Fab a couple of weeks ago about StreamYard, and it's quite self-explanatory, to be honest. But yeah, thank you very much, Nicole. That will do wonders for my confidence. So I can't deny I was a little bit nervous when Fab told me she had a headache, and so I was like, yeah. But I really appreciate that. That will definitely boost my confidence. Thank you, Lego Sister. Sister gave me a coupon today for my favourite ice cream shop from a bit of VSA with value. Matching my new A3. Excellent. Yeah. I just love ice cream. What's your go-to ice cream, Mateus? Having a bad day? Obviously, we go to our Lego sometimes. If we're having bad days, just to perk our spirits up. But what's our go-to ice cream? You know, Mine's definitely like I had just a moment ago. Biscoff ice cream. Yes. If I think Marmite and Lara Croft goes well, Biscoff ice cream and Lara Croft goes a long, long way. Thank you, Mark. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Absolutely. I'm really enjoying it and enjoying having you guys in the chat as well. It's as always, those that are in the chat really make the show what it is, you know. No ice cream on the gob. Oh, thank you. Yep, no ice cream. Yep. Wanting to provide the correct stickers, but as someone who prides themselves on sticker placement, professionals to make it absolutely. I know we all say about a few extra prints, less stickers, and so on, and I think Lego do that to a certain degree. But if you're going to put stickers on, you've got to make them perfect. You know, they pride themselves as being like premium above premium. Lego have got to be a class act throughout, and their customer service are, and I kind of think they have to be. But yeah, they got to get these sticker situations done. And that, you know, and I've mentioned about the Hogwarts Express. Didn't even mention the Gringotts sticker, which was interesting. Yeah, that wasn't particularly great. I still think they could have put Gringotts on one sticker and Bank on the other, rather than just splitting the word. But they didn't really pick it. No, not many people picked it up too much when Diagon Alley came out, because they did that with Diagon Alley as well, with the Weezy Wizzy Weezers. They kept chopping the words, and the letters were too much of a big gap in between. But it's a little bit more obvious with Gringotts, because that sticker really jumps out at you. And to be honest, my biggest problem with that was it just wasn't a print. I kind of think if it's a sign of a shop, it needs to be a print, or like maybe prints on the outside and stickers on the inside, maybe, because you're not going to see the well, you do with Gringotts because it's an open back, but yeah, maybe stickers on the inside so it's not that noticeable. Yeah, always worth a shout. You don't know what they've got in their stock or somewhere on in a box on a shelf somewhere, or yeah, they could easily have a sticker sheet somewhere. Like I said, like it was a year or two after Quickie Mark retired, I phoned them up about a sticker sheet because one of my stickers was peeling, and they had the one sheet. It's always worth a shout. Scott's Blocks is in the house. Hey, Scott's Blocks, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining us. Hope you had a good week. Have you been building this week? If you have, let us know. Everyone's saying hi. Happy yesterday birthday, Mateus. Yes, happy birthday. And yes, I think
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Now, Mateus, I want you to decide. Just tell me one thing, Mateus. Do you want dog, lion, astronaut, or panda? Dog, lion, astronaut, or panda? Just let me know in the chat and you'll see what happens. Everyone saying hi. Yeah. So you could maybe watch the entire trilogy in that time. What was the total time count of the extended versions?
I want to say it's like 11 and a half hours is what people have told me.
Yeah.
I don't remember for sure. I'm not the most reliable person.
No, I can't remember it. I used to keep thinking it's 12 to 13 because I thought every extended version was 4 hours guaranteed. Milk chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate either. No, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like sugar. I don't like chocolate that's got too much sugar in. But I also don't like dark chocolate. Smudge due to light blue colour. Glad you had a good day, Mateus. Whole office sets with all print like it. Yeah, absolutely, and it's something that Lego couldn't agree more. It's what Lego really need to look at. Now I'm really invested in Harry Potter, as you all know, and I can't deny they've really limited down their sticker sheets and gave us a few more prints, which is really appreciated. So maybe, but I don't know across the board. But in Harry Potter, I can definitely say that they've limited the stickers and upped their game with prints. But lighting kits, yeah, 100%. Maybe Lego can make their own lighting kits to go alongside the sets. Obviously, they're going to sell them with the sets. Maybe have them available when they release a new set. They can have a lighting kit to go with it. But a part of me, I'm kind of happy that I'm into a toy that doesn't require like lighting and electricity and all this. I can't really say that I really want light bricks. I've said in the past before I wouldn't mind lighting up the Home Alone set just because I absolutely worship that film, and with the lighting you can recreate some of the scenes in the film, such as, you know, when Harry and Marv is looking into the house at night and Kevin's creating that party atmosphere. So it'd be really good to have like a lighting kit, and especially with like sets that just got a lot of windows. I think that look really nice. Like Avengers Tower could be one. That look gorgeous with lighting, and also maybe the Daily Bugle. That'd be really good. Yeah. Okay, Mateus says it said a dog. All right. Okay, Mateus, this is for you. Happy birthday. Hope you had a fantastic day. Here's our little present for you. Yeah, happy birthday, mate. Come and lay out. Let's put that together. Oh, nice. Nice. That's good. That's good. Yeah, absolutely. We always want more. They want more from us, so we should expect more from Lego. They want more of our money, of course, and like when we pay premium prices for these sets, of course we want more. There's always something more, and it's not just in the form of an extra print or an additional print, less stickers, maybe an extra figure with printed legs. You know, maybe you guys can answer this in the chat. How much more would you put on the price of a Lego set if it meant them being absolute 100% prints? Would you pay an extra 25% on top? And that's quite heavy. Would you? It's like I'd rather pay an extra 10, 20 pound if the minifigures came with printed legs. I think I would. Put an extra 10 or 20 pound. Maybe not on all the sets, because you don't want to do that, because then the Lego toy will not be accessible to kids as much, because obviously cost of living, etc. You don't want to make all the sets, even for kids, to be too expensive. And there's no such thing as a pocket money set. But for me, as like an adult fan of Lego, I wouldn't mind if they bumped up the price by £10, £20, something like that. We get printed figs. Like TJ, you said a couple of weeks ago about like Ninjago figures. They don't tend to have much arm printing. So would you like it if they increased the cost slightly if it meant your Ninjago figures having arm printing?
I don't think we need it for every Ninjago fig, but I think if the characters have arm printing in the show, or even leg printing sometimes Lego misses that, it would be good to have that corresponding sets. Like they do it with Sora, they do it with Roz. I think they're going to do it with Kerr, one of the Forbidden Five in summer sets, and that Lloyd's jet mech set. But
Yes.
like the temple guards from Tournament Temple City, those don't have any arm or leg printing in the sets, but they do in the show. So it would be nice to see those details. I think with Ninjago, it's more about actually getting all of the characters that we get in the show, because they tend to skip a lot of different side characters. Like there's this whole team that Cole had in season 13 in Master of the Mountain, never got physical figs. I think they got a reference in workshops actually, but nothing minifig wise, which is unfortunate because I want to see these characters.
Of course, yeah. And sometimes you must look at other themes and think, right, okay, this theme has these very niche characters. So, like, there must be some characters in Ninjago where you think, really, how's Lego and Ninjago not brought this character into Lego form?
Yeah.
And then you look at other themes, you think, well, okay, they've got niche characters. It's a bit like Star Wars when they want like a proper molded dark saber, and they look at Harry Potter and you've got like the sword of Gryffindor and things like that.
Surely you must look at Ninjago and they get a new sword mold pretty much every wave.
Yeah. I mean, Harry Potter's had like minifigures from minifigure characters that have not been in the films, and characters that have only been in the film for like a split second in the background. Florian Fortescue in the background of Philosopher's Stone, Sorcerer's Stone for you guys. And you got like Madame Malkins, who's not even been in the films, was in the books, yeah. And like the main tower that we're getting, got Professor Kelburn, didn't make it into the films. He was mentioned, but didn't make an appearance. And also, as long as they give these characters a little bit of extra love, so if there's not like a really obscured character, I would expect them to give it extra printing, because when's the chances that minifigure's ever going to be coming out again?
Yeah, especially for those like one-off characters that we aren't going to get every wave. Like the ninja, we get new ninja suits pretty much every wave, so I wouldn't really want to see arm printing or side leg printing, for example, on any of the ninja suits, because then that's just going to make it so much more expensive to produce. But if it's a side character that we're only getting in one set, like Geo, for example, the Master of Fusion, it'd be nice to see him as an actual fig, but he's got this whole detailed arm printing, kind of detailed head print, and they'd probably have to create a new hair mold as well for him. But yeah, like a character like him, I'd want more detail on.
Yeah, I was watching a review of Workshops. I think it was when it came out back in March.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that character that's in the purple suit. They said they got that minifigure color wrong, and it needed to be sparkly.
Yeah, Dorama. He was so in the show he's a dark purple and sparkly all over, and in the set he's a lavender color, which is weird because I think both of course, like torso and legs already exist in dark purple. I think the hat and the armor piece that he wears as well also already existed in that color, and I want to say one of those pieces had to be made in a new color for this version of Dorama, and I'm wondering why Lego didn't just make the accurate color in the first place.
Yeah, that's the first time that Dorama's made an appearance.
Yeah, in a minifig form. He's been involved in. He was one of like the minor antagonists in Dragon's Rising Season 1. He showed up again in an episode of Season 2. His puppet showed up in Season 3. That was in the trailers, so I can at least say that. I won't spoil anything else. But yeah. Beyond that, fairly limited in appearance.
Yeah.
But still a major enough player to be around.
We do get a printed piece in this. We do get sticker sheets with Sonic. Quite a few. 21 stickers. But you do get these printed pieces, which I think is quite nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those...
I always find if they're going to use, like, I don't have multiple stickers, but if you're going to just if it's the same print, then yeah, it's fine. You definitely got
Yeah,
that.
if you're gonna use it multiple, like they should have done that in the Duel on Peridia set, at least for
Yes.
like the pathways. Like I think the black parts were different, so it makes sense to make those stickers. But for the pathways, those were the same part 4 times. So I think they should have been printed. But I've done a little bit of detail work here.
Oh, nice.
The little hole in the ground that I'm working on. So they're throwing out different stages of plants, of earth plants over here. So we've got a full flower here, just put in a bunch of different colors. We've got a little stem here to represent a plant that's, maybe not as far along. And then we have this fig is holding a little brown piece to represent a seed.
Oh, nice.
So I gotta dig out a couple more scientist figs to place around here, but they're going to be studying this and seeing, how the plants survive. I thought that'd be a little fun
Are you going to
thing.
be lighting it? Are you going to be lighting it up? Your mark?
I will not.
No.
Not this one. Yeah, it's a little too late to consider lighting. Yeah, I think it wouldn't be too difficult to light up, and I could hide the battery box underneath the command area, but not going to try it this time. I've got the Temple of Erejitsu will be lit up, but not this one. Yeah.
Almost to the end of this bag. See if I can get this done before we finish. 18 pieces to go. Something I've learned. Leading the stream and filming at the same time is not easy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly interesting on Twitch because trying to manage it alone, then I have people trying to distract me. That's what typically happens.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, you're building and things jump at the screen.
Yeah, all the Tangia stuff and commands and things that I've just added overall. I actually earlier today so one of the commands that I made it was back during the holiday season. I called it Rickroll Mariah, and it's basically like the main chorus of the Rickroll, but once it gets to never gonna run around and desert you, once it hits the U, it transitions into All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah.
I uploaded that to Tangia, so now anyone can enable that and use it on their channel. So if you're a Twitch streamer out there, feel free to enable that. It's fun.
So let me know. There goes that. So it's going to be a big year in Ninjago next year, isn't it?
Yeah, 15 years.
15 years. They're going to do a big modular, haven't they?
They could. Yeah, it is. I don't know if we discussed it on here or if I discussed it somewhere else, but they're retiring markets at the end of the year. So the theory is that there's going to be a new modular next year. Which it'd be weird to get it back to back, but not completely impossible considering it's an anniversary year. I mean, every year is an anniversary year, but 15 years, that's a lot for a LEGO theme with a whole big story and everything.
You can't have workshops on its own, can you? And
yeah, no, it's
smallest one. You expect they're going to make a big one, big modular to go with it.
I think they'll make I don't think they'll go as big as Markets is, but they'll definitely go bigger than Workshops. I think we'll go roughly garden size, most likely. Yeah. So we have 2 14 plus sets rumored for next year for Ninjago. One of them we know is going to be 90. The other we don't know the price for, so it could be anything. They might not even release it right away. It might be later in the year. But something's gonna happen. What I'm doing now is, because of the weird angle, I can't actually attach the smaller space slab here with any studs, so it's all tile. And so I've got to put some parts on the side to keep it from sliding around too much.
Right. Looks like we're at the top of the hour. Yeah, we've hit the 2 hour mark. Blimey, that was quick.
Yeah, streams go fast, don't
Yeah,
they?
it really does. This was really quick. Right, before we wrap up this stream, Breaking with Friends, is what's happening your end, and TJ? Is there anything coming up from you in your socials?
I got my usual Monday night stream at 7 p.m. Central. I'll be finishing this.
Oh, lovely.
The
That's
Ultra
a beast.
Combiner mech. Yeah, it's a big one. It's been fun so far. I've still got the legs to build, which is a little car that's on its own. So that'll be at 7 p.m. Central. I'm also, if the Ninjago sets are revealed on May 2nd, if that is true, then I might do a stream Friday evening, just chatting about them and looking at them a little bit
nice.
and sharing my thoughts. So a little bonus stream for me. And then on the Clicking Brick side, we had our May releases yesterday. We did it with Tech, Planet Tech, and we covered all the Star Wars stuff, and there were also a few other things at the end, but Star Wars was what matters. And yeah, that's over on our YouTube. The replay is on our YouTube, and you can catch us live on Twitch and YouTube. We have our second Tuesday of the month, which is a little bit away, a couple weeks away for that episode, and then our somewhere in the end of the month is releases, and we'll be covering that. So yeah, I think that's it for me. How about you?
Nothing much. I'll just be doing the occasional snapshots of the city, and then for me next it will be with you guys next week. You and Fab. Hopefully Fab will be with us as well. And then that's it, really. Yeah, nothing else. Just before we go, I'll just show you what I built. We managed to I crawled my way to the end of bag 1 at the end there, but yeah, so we got this little tree, which is fantastic. You probably just think, yeah, it's just like an ordinary basic looking tree, but this is how it looked like during the early 90s. That's a really good representation of a Green Hill Zone tree. And then you also get a crab, which is pretty cool, and then Sonic as well. And what's interesting is, from what I'm gathering from the build so far, is that you build this little stand. Now this little red jewel piece, that's to represent a Chaos Emerald. So during the games, you was able to get Chaos Emeralds, and then he'll turn into a super Sonic form. So yeah, so it's really cool how you're going to be able to put Chaos Emeralds there all the way across. So yeah, really good build. It's in brick form, the very first game that I played. And yeah, we have reached the hour now. Nicole, thank you for joining us as well. Really appreciate it. Have a fantastic week, Nicole. Really appreciate your kind comments earlier. And yeah, Martin, fantastic for you joining us as well. Really good to see you in the chat, and everybody else as well. Thank you for joining us. It was fantastic, all fun. Get to talk about what it is we enjoy the most, not just a hobby but also a lifestyle as well, Lego. All right, so have a good week, and we'll see you soon. Bye guys.
Bye everyone.